Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it today. Hey, look, today I wanted to talk to you about a timeline that you could potentially miss out on. Now, what effectively happened, for those that don't know, is an intent to file was filed for everyone who possibly qualifies for benefits with the VA through the Pact Act. Now, what I mean is when this first got going on August 10th of 2022, when that became effective, the VA time-stamped that date and said if anybody files a Pact Act related presumptive claim, we, the VA, will automatically go back all the way to August 10th, 2023 or 2022 for your back pay. Now, this works just like an intent to file. In other words, you have 12 months from that date to file your claim. So you need to do it by August 9th of this year, 2023. You must file your Pact Act claim for presumptives to preserve that back pay to August 10th, 2022. This is really important. Not only is that date there, but also the sooner you get it done, the better. And the last thing that I want somebody to do is 2 years from now look back and go, oh, yay, I have some Pact Act related conditions. I'm going to go ahead and file for those now. And meanwhile, you missed out on the benefit that you could have been getting back here, plus this potential of 10, 12 months worth of back pay, depending on when you file your claim. So this is really good news, and it's often not talked about enough. So I really wanted to hammer this point home and also hammer home the point of presumptive conditions. So presumptives are one of those, I guess, funny things out there with the VA that a lot of us don't really fully, wrap our head around and really understand how it works or how they work. The difference, and I'm going to explain here the power of a presumptive condition and kind of explain to you high level in general how they worked. And those presumptive conditions would apply to Pact Act or other presumptives that are considered by the VA as well, just so you have a kind of an understanding of how they work. So stick with me, follow me through. If you already know, great. Hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, chime in the comments, share with other people, all that stuff. So let's kind of start with what a regular claim looks like, so then we can compare and contrast with a presumptive claim. All right. A regular claim, and I say this all the time, and I'm trying to condense it a little more so you don't have to hear me ramble so much. So a regular claim, if you're filing I'm filing a claim for service connection for whatever condition that's not presumptive, this is what you're basically looking at to get it approved with the VA. You have to have active duty time, right? That gives you your window of opportunity from here to here. Whether it's one DD-214 or three of them, it gives you that window of opportunity from entry date to exit date. Second thing is you need to have a diagnosed condition. We're all really good at self-diagnosing. That doesn't mean anything. You actually need to be diagnosed by a doctor, and your condition needs to be chronic in nature or have some sort of residual effects. You have to have some sort of ongoing problem, okay? Third, you need to have a nexus, a link between the condition and that window of time you served. What the VA is not looking for exclusively is show me that your condition was caused by your military service. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking, show me that it manifested during your time in service or as a result of your time in service. Okay, so it could be migraine headaches or GERD, and maybe you were predisposed to getting those things anyway. So it's just you joined, you didn't have it. Now you're in, and then you start getting these issues, and then you get out, and then you file your claim. Okay, so that's kind of how the regular process works. Presumptives eliminate the need for that nexus of condition to time in service. by presuming that simply because of where you served, they're going to presume a list of conditions could potentially happen for you. So what happens is the VA comes out with a list of presumptive conditions. And for those Vietnam folks, you know the presumptives have been around for a while, and they slowly started adding on to them. They added a few prior to the Pact Act, and then they added a few more in the Pact Act. So what you're looking at is this list of conditions, mostly a lot of different cancers, and then some other issues, right? So you're going to look at that list. Read the list of conditions. You know, like on the Pact Act for the Gulf War folks, you're looking at, sinusitis, rhinitis, a lot of respiratory cancers, and the list goes on. So you read through the list, and if you have one of those conditions, and the caveat is, okay, you have that condition, then the VA says, if you served in one of these areas during these specific time periods, then we will presume that that condition you have that's on our list is because you served there during that time frame. Now that eliminates the need to prove anything with the VA. You simply just prove you served in that area during that specified time frame and prove that you have that condition, whatever it is. So your diagnosis, right? So you have to have a diagnosis. And you're proving, instead of just that you served from here to here, you're being more specific. I served from here to there in this area, right? Wherever that area is on the presumptive list. Now, that's all gravy. If you have a presumptive condition and you served in the area specified for that presumptive condition, you're golden. You're going to get service connected for it. Now here's the problem. Okay, it's not really a problem if you know what to do. Here's the kind of beware of piece. Don't think it's all gravy just because you have a presumptive condition that you're filing for, right? Whether it's sinusitis or rhinitis or whatever it is, right? And you're like, great, I'm going to get approved, everything's wonderful. Sure, you're going to get approved, but are you going to get a 0%, a 10, or where are you going to fall? You still need to do your due diligence, and I did a video on this not too long ago. I think, who knows, it might have been yesterday or the day before. You need to make sure that you read the schedule of ratings for that specific condition, the presumptive condition. You need to read the schedule of ratings and make sure that you read each specific criteria for each rating for that condition. So you might see a condition and it might have 3 different ratings. It could be a 10, 30, 50% rating for that one single specific condition. Read the criteria that matches for each one of those percentages, right? So whether you're a 50 or you're a 30 or you're a 10, you need to know where you fall on that rating schedule and make sure that when you go to your C&P exam that you're articulating the same criteria that they're looking for that specific percentage. Because if you miss a piece, they're going to downgrade you to a lower percentage, and then you got to go through the appeal process. And it's just extra stress and anxiety and problems that you don't want to have. So this is a way to circumvent that. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.